maybe our viewers have some input.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Drew Martin. I'm Peter Lojak. This is the live Q&A that we do every Thursday at 12:30 Eastern Time, and we can take any of your questions about anything. Of course, most times people ask about the MLB games that start in 15 minutes and stuff like that, which is also fine. We do have some MLB games that start in.
I'd like to welcome our YouTube crowd too, as today's our first day doing this on YouTube.
Yes, we used to do it only on some of the other social media platforms, but we're going to start doing it on YouTube as well. And Drew Martin, I guess the big question, the big urgent question of the next 20 minutes is obviously, we discussed the Colorado-Philly series on Monday, and we talked about how it just looked like, a low-hanging fruit series, and Colorado was going to have a big, dominant performance, and that has been the case for the first 3 days. And the question is here in Game 4, is this a trap, or is it once again big value with Colorado? What do you think, Drew Martin?
I haven't been involved much with Anderson. The day game on a getaway day
is tough, tricky. Yes.
Yeah, scares me a little bit, so I'm staying away.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, no, I love being involved with the Rockies, and it's been nice. But yeah, I don't have much on today's game. But I will say welcome to the YouTube followers.
Yeah, welcome to the YouTube followers. I mean, on that series, basically every time I was surprised by the opening line. I jumped on it big on -1 and cashed with it, and should have taken like -3. And I did the same thing last night. I knew I was like, all right, this is Game 4, getaway day. Is this a trap? But then I'm seeing like the Phillies with Vince Velasquez and Colorado with the lineup in the bullpen, and I'm seeing like -105 and 110.
Cologne melting down already.
And I'm just like, I got to take it. Yeah, Cologne already given up.
2 runs, top second.
That's not that bad.
Yeah,
I would call it a meltdown.
That's nice. So yeah, I did bet. I'm trying to be cautious in my morning picks, and I didn't give that one. Although obviously I gave it as a lean 2 ways.
What about that one, Pete?
Well,
I mean, what was Atlanta doing as a favorite in that game? I mean, I know Ian Nova cooled off a little bit, but
Atlanta wasn't a favorite. They weren't a favorite. They were a small underdog, but a surprisingly small underdog. Yeah, and I mean, Nova.
They went off as -114 chalk at Chris.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Atlanta did?
Yeah.
Really? Here, let me check this. All right, I'm gonna check the authority of all authorities here, www.sbrodds.com. This will settle this. They closed at -114 at Chris. So I'm calling bullshit on that one, but you might be right here. Let's check this. Where did they close?
But you might be right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Burns saying, hey, Pete, can you accept me on Twitter? Thanks, homie. Dude, my Twitter is now open to all haters and wackos and everyone.
You still have to accept them.
What?
You still have to press the button when they request you.
No, it's not. It's not locked.
That's not the same thing. That was just so I could retweet your stuff. You still have to go in and accept people.
What do you mean?
It doesn't work.
No.
If they request you, they're not automatically.
On Twitter, yes. My Twitter is they can just follow. Is open to the public.
I think it's sorry, I'm confusing myself.
Yeah.
He wants you to follow him back so that you can interact. That's what it is.
He wants me to follow him back.
I believe so.
Okay.
All
right.
Or perhaps that everybody who requested you changed it.
All right. So let's see.
That might be it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Atlanta. Let's see. Pinnacle closing line. Well, I'll be damned. Closed at -113 at Pinnacle. You're right. I have no idea. Obviously, someone is not in the lineup for Pittsburgh. Let's check that one. I did bet that one on the overnight, so I didn't do any last minute tinkering based on lineup adjustments. I decided just to go with it. Let's see who the hell is out for Pittsburgh. Frazier, Harrison, Bell, Freese, Cervelli, Osuna.
Yeah, for a Q&A show, I feel that that's a good question. What the hell is the Braves doing? Freddie Freeman list.
5-0 Pirates. Is that the score right now?
Yes, that's the score.
Wow. Yeah. See, I should have. God damn it! I should have given them as. I would have had 2 nice units to start off the day with my show. Even though I bet it, I'm not. You see, this is how I think. I'm not like happy that I'm about to cash. Both the over and the first half and the Pittsburgh -1 line. I'm angry at myself that I didn't. Give it as at least one pick in the morning show so that I can take a unit on it. Here, let's see. Let me just refresh.
Hey, we got Zach Susanna. Thoughts on Brew Crew going over tonight? I like the Brew Crew tonight, actually. Team total wise. Up against the lefty, they seem to be raking lefties.
Yeah.
So
and Robbie Ray, Robbie Ray is a guy who definitely has control issues, and if you start putting guys on at Milwaukee, that makes sense to me. I have to look into it a little bit more. Again, lineup stuff and weather stuff and dome stuff and all that. But as of right now, my initial thought is sure that would be a pick there for sure. Gosh. I should have made it a low-hanging fruit of the day, damn it. All right, I'll shut up. I know this is annoying.
You could go back and
But yeah, Bartolo Colon
just look into the camera and call that your low-hanging fruit of the day.
Getting unreal, getting absolutely lit up. Yeah, exactly. I feel like as an honest handicapper for 8 years, I'm allowed 1 or 2 lies, right? 1 or 2 picks that I made that I'm allowed to take back. No, I'm kidding. No lies for me at all. I'm a 0 lie person as much as I possibly can be. All right, let's see. Who the hell is out? Is Harrison in there? This is a weird Q&A. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anybody got any non-baseball related questions?
We're not talking about sports today.
All right, let's see. Someone.
Adelman's blips 221 on the road, 2.15 in his last 3. That's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I misread that for a second. I thought it was ERA, and I was like, wow, that's good.
All right, the Pirates lineup. We got Adam Frazier, Josh Harrison, Josh Bell, David Freese, Francisco Cervelli, Jose Ozuna, Jordy Mercer, and Gift Nakobe.
All right, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
He doesn't sound like a guy that I want to look at.
Cavs that good in the playoffs. Other teams just sucked. A little bit of both, I think.
I have no idea. Maybe, Daniel Oakenfoot.
Extra choice in granola bars.
Dylan Oakenfoot saying.
Where'd you find that?
Guan just said he's eating one. Maybe he saw you eat. You just had one, didn't you?
Yeah, I put it off the side of the camera.
So.
They're saying that the reason for that move is that Andrew McCutchen was out. A guy hitting 203, is going to move a line that much with Bartolo Colon starting. Okay, maybe so. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe some sharp big money saw.
I never had that. I usually get the honey and oats.
Yeah, honey and oats is kind of
roasted almonds sounds good though. Try not to eat peanuts too, so I gotta fuck with that.
Yeah, I guess everyone's talking about how McCutchen is out. Is McCutchen? I mean, obviously McCutchen isn't as bad as he's been so far this year, but is him being out enough to make a line move that much?
Back again to what we talked about.
What
everybody else is going to get pitched to just by him being out. Granted, he's not hitting well,
right?
But he can.
Okay, I guess the answer is yeah. Okay.
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Sure. That surprises me. I would not have guessed that just McCutchen being out would turn, because Atlanta was a small dog and they closed at -113 at Pinnacle. Let me look at this line move again. This is pretty interesting. Yeah, they went from let's see. Yeah, at 11 a.m. Wow. At 11. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. At 10 o'clock this morning, they were +107, and now because McCutchen's out, they close at -113. Is McCutchen worth 20 cents?
No, not in my opinion.
All right.
That's why I'm so
listen.
surprised.
All right. Okay. All right.
Bet the Pirates. Hey, we have an important question from Zach Suzuna. Hey guys, what's up with using either Bet365 or a username for the baseball contest that we know? Did you know the answer to that?
Yes. So if you have an SBR forum account, you can use that to sign in. You put them in the same spot, or you use your Bet365. So if you don't have a Bet365, come on into our page and sign up for one. Or if you prefer, you can just sign up for our, what do we even call that? To be an SBR member.
Yeah,
and,
SBR forum membership.
Use that login.
Which is totally free. It's just username, password.
Yes.
And by the way, what they're talking about right now, and the question was about the MLB contest. It starts June 1st. Drew and I are both going to be in it. Yet another possibility for Drew and I to publicly embarrass ourselves in a professional way.
Drew was talking a little shit in the show this morning.
Yeah,
he was coming for you.
He was.
Yeah. Did you say that to him?
Yeah. In the contest?
I mentioned it quickly.
Oh, I have no doubt that I'm. It's weird when I'm eligible to win a prize. I seem to do well in. They beat the brick contest one year. They let me be eligible stupidly, and I won it that year. They let me be eligible. Won 10 grand. Yeah, but I tend to not do that well in contests that I'm not eligible for the prize.
The other thing is, guys, if we get 200 signups. He can shave his mustache.
Oh, it's it's probably gonna shave before then. I'm having kind of a rough day, and I'm gonna shave it tonight and make some calls and make a move.
Shave his head then.
Yeah. You can shave your head,
I
whatever.
like that stash, man.
I know, but
Weren't the girls saying they
you don't
liked it?
have.
no, they were saying the opposite.
That he
You
needs to
haven't
say.
been following. Yeah, there was a woman who specifically told me in unambiguous broken English that she would get down with me if I shaved the mustache. She
All
said
right,
the
you gotta
mustache is
shave
just
it, yeah.
a broke. And not only did she say that, she said, and I think that is also the case with every woman in the world.
I know women that like mustaches.
You know women that say they do. I know tons of
tell me
women.
their friends.
Yeah, exactly. I know tons of women who say they.
Well, I've never had one, so they have no reason to lie to me.
It's just that when it comes
Can't
down
grow
to it,
You've never grown it out?
I can't.
November, we're doing it.
Dude, I started in October before. After about 3 weeks of not shaving, it just stops. You wouldn't. It's not much more than what you see here.
Okay. Well, Pete, did you meet her on Tinder?
no, this is a girl I've known for a while. This is a girl that I've known for a while, and a pretty attractive girl too. You know, looks a little bit like she looks like a Phoebe Cates, Latina Phoebe Cates kind of.
Is she from
Black?
here? Costa Rica?
Yeah.
She speaks broken English?
I mean, what? Yeah. What do you mean?
That's kind of sexy.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she speaks English that's like fluent enough to communicate everything perfectly, but it's just like like.
What did you say she used to say to you when she was mad at you?
Well, no, that was a different one. But the thing that she would say, she would go when I would say stuff, and she had a little bit of a temper, as a lot of these. So she would go, don't put me in a category.
What?
Don't put
me
in
a
category. Yeah.
Put your pins down, man. Stop labeling.
Yeah. She was like,
What
I would say,
category were you putting her in?
I don't remember, but I would say like, things that I thought were just like, sort of like friendly, sort of commentary, just normal conversation. And then she would go, Peter, don't put me in a category. I'd be like, okay, all right, Jesus Christ, fucker, God damn. The other one used to say, the other one, who was also very attractive, also had emotional and behavioral issues, which is why she was single. She would always say to me, when she would get mad, she would go, hey, go to fuck yourself, you are fucking motherfucker. That's what she would say. And she would also say when I would talk, she would say, hey, how do you dare to talk me in that way?
That's good.
Yeah, she would say that over and over again, but I was always nice to her. And then one time she like went over the line with me, and I was like, hey, how do you dare to talk to me in that way? And then she goes, I'm gonna talk to you any way that I want. I was like, damn it, I can't win. Can't win for losing here.
I kind of like when the words are out of order.
Yeah. And then I actually wrote a song about it, putting those to lyrics. I put it to music. It was a song went, how do you dare to talk me in that way? And that
sounds like
that was the chorus. Yeah.
Be a country song.
So so those are all my stories. All right, so let's go back to people. Yeah.
Joe Everett says, shave that mustache and get that thing.
Joe Everett.
Yeah, man.
Where is that?
Trim for trim.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Where is Joe Everett? I don't see it. Okay. Anyway, so people are asking, this is, here's a question for you. Someone before was asking about the Cubs game. In the morning show that I did, there was a guy who said that was his low-hanging fruit. Cubs -1.5, Cubs on the run line. He apparently thinks that Samardzija, despite the fact that he's been a bit better recently, getting better results from his slider and a few other pitches because he tweaked his mechanics a little bit. One of the commenters, I think his last name was Levine, says that his low-hanging fruit of the day was Cubs -1.5. I certainly wouldn't necessarily disagree with him. The Cubs are always a shot to explode offensively, but I'm not going to be on that. Drew Martin, you have anything to say about that one? Cubs -1. Is that a great play tonight?
A home team -1.5 run line, I'm not too interested, but I will say this, like, this total at 7.5. We got Eddie Butler versus Samardzija. What did he say about Samardzija? Because actually, I seen Samardzija's last.
He just said that he said that he thought that the Cubs -1.5 was the low hanging fruit of the day for him. He thought it was a great play, and I just gave the opinion that Samardzija has actually had a couple of nice bunch of starts in a row recently. Tweaked his mechanics. It's Samardzija-esque starts. So he throws a lot of pitches, goes deep. Usually gives up a couple runs, but when Samardzija is good, he can be good for like, 7, 8 innings, 1 or 2 runs, maybe pitches out of a jam here and there. So he's not the Samardzija that we have seen at times getting shelled. So I'm just curious to know why this guy loves the Cubs so much today at -1.5. Again, I'm not trying to talk him off of it. I was just sort of looking to get a second opinion here because
you get a good bullpen. It looks like the wind's coming in from left center at 15 miles an hour. So that's obviously why the total's at 7.5. Eddie Butler, I'm not very interested in. I know he's had some success, but his ball is just so straight. He doesn't have a lot of movement. I don't know. I like the over. That's the way I would play this one, but I'm not involved.
Okay, best bet from Drew today. Minnesota was sweet the other day. What's your best bet today? You got one?
Yeah, I will
get that out of Instagram later on.
All right, so here we go. Here's an opinion from Tomorino Tomor, a guy who really knows his research. Samardzija has history of being horrible at Wrigley, was horrible at home when he pitched for the Cubs. Okay, that's certainly something to consider for sure. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, which happens all the time, of course. But yeah, there you go. A lot of people wondering about the Cubs game, and Zash Shosana says, Pete, the Canadian girls love the stash. Really? That's interesting. I love that Canada has, because I love, the kind of chicks I like, big boned, chubby Midwestern chicks, like from Cleveland and shit. That's my style. And Canada has those chicks even better.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that your style?
Cleveland and like Chicago, you know what I mean?
Just like rib sauce dripping off.
Yeah, just like fat chicks in Chicago, Cleveland. Yeah, pickup truck. That's what I'm into.
You don't have to worry about wearing a bathing suit because the weather's not.
I don't know, but that's what I like. And Canada has a lot of girls like that as well. Definitely Edmonton, Saskatchewan, all those places. I've never been to Canada, but I'm definitely.
You been to Canada? You like Canada?
Yeah. Oh, I know that. I would love to be a Canadian citizen. I've been asking some people I know who are Canadian citizens if they can hook me up one way or another with Canadian citizenship. But yeah, I love Canadian. I love Canada in general. I even love the CFL. I like CFL. Yeah, excited for that. The CFL is also just a better game, I think, to watch, to try to handicap. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Canada. And
what do you like?
Kind of weird though how Canada and I just dumped a lot of compliments on Canada, so I give them an insult, right? Okay. Canada obviously has they have produced some of the greatest comedy in the world in the past 50 years. But what's up with the music that they produce?
About Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, like SCTV.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
What do they listen to?
They fucking bare naked ladies and shit like that. Like really, like fucking that dude. What was that fucking dude? With the crazy name, Engelbert Humperdinck, and like really bad, like Snow. Remember Snow?
Those are 3 very different types of music.
Dude, like Canada, there's something weird going on up there.
Fake Jamaican rapper.
Like, why don't they produce any good music in Canada at all?
Like wears like pantsuits and smoking jackets. And what was the first one you said?
Like bare naked ladies and it's just weird how elite level comedy comes out of Canada, but horrifically bad music comes out of Canada. Like, why is that?
Yeah, I've actually.
Wait, Snow's Canadian?
Yeah, from Toronto.
I thought he was from South Africa.
No, really? That's the other ones. I can't remember their name, but
who cares?
Yeah, no, but yeah, it is. Oh, Rush. Okay, Rush. All right, so right. Okay, well, yeah, okay. That's up for debate. Yeah, there are some people who would consider Rush to be yet another example of horrific music from Canada. Some people obviously consider Rush to be one of the best bands in the world, obviously. But
so Kyle's 45 minutes away from Canada. What do you got, Kyle, on Canadian music? And he also said he was asking when we do the Q&A, and it's every Thursday.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah,
every Thursday at 12:30. Every Thursday at 12:30, where you can talk about anything, and we definitely talk about. And the good thing about doing it at this time on Thursdays, first of all, a lot of early baseball games, and second of all, there's not a lot of baseball games in general that come later, so we can sort of expand out and talk about other things and talk about what else would we like to talk about right now? Well, the NBA playoffs is very. Drew Martin, you stay away from the NBA for the most part, right? You might be the smart one in the room, because the NBA has been really, really wacky. All sorts of crazy results. The Cavs up by 40 in the half in one game, and then the other. I'm sorry, what?
People were telling us where they're from in Canada.
Yeah,
Calgary, Alberta. Billy.
Okay.
I love Canada.
Is there a CFL team there?
Calgary Stampeders.
Yeah, the Stampeders. Montreal is an awesome city.
Alouettes.
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, the Owls. Yeah, and
we're going to be doing a lot with that actually this
Man.
year. Ian and
Yeah.
Andrew.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'll be betting that too.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I decided the show was going to be a good idea, because Drew here told me that Ian's CFL picks are one of the only things he'll take from other people
Really?
as far as something to bet on.
Ian's CFL picks are that good?
He's a
Really? Okay.
Yeah, especially in the first 2 months. You know,
Okay.
it's a niche sport.
Sure.
Not
Yes.
a lot of eyeballs.
Yes.
It's the time to be
Yeah.
a bookmaker.
You know,
So be aware that I know you guys, if you don't know, but on Mondays, him and Andrew, our resident Canadians, do an Ice Guys show on the Stanley Cup playoffs. Come CFL, we're just going to take that same time slot and make that our CFL show. So stay tuned, especially in the first few weeks, I guess.
Yeah. And you know, the CFL is a market. It's not like arena where, you know, you put a couple bets in and it shifts 5 points.
Right.
There's actually a legit
Yeah. So it's good. It's like it reminds me of the WNBA about 10 years ago. It's like big enough to have, you know, real money in it, but not so big that the lines are like super sharp. And, you know, yeah. So if I'm not surprised if Ian Cameron focuses on CFL and knows what to look for, and knows where to get his information, definitely it can be beatable. It definitely can be, definitely. I'm not surprised by that. I like it. It just is a little bit, it's like you have to sort of dig a little bit deeper for your information, you know. I go to like the Canadian, like TSN, tsn.com, and a few places like that, and even CFL.ca. I look at those. So, you know, the reason that the value is there is because important information, unlike, you know, the NBA and the NFL, is not sitting there on the front page of any sports site that you go to. You know, I mean, it's hard to miss important information in the in the big leagues. Yeah.
Especially with us, you know.
Yeah.
Everything we look at, everything just.
So it's hard to miss something important, but in like the CFL or definitely WNBA, you can miss important stuff. So you have to make sure. So that's why it's a little bit time consuming. And then of course, since there's only 10 teams in the CFL or whatever, you do your research and there's not a ton of betting opportunities for you. But so yeah.
And Tamar brings up a good point. The NFL is actually taking a lot of what the CFL is doing. You know, like the extra point. I know it's kind of ridiculous. The CFL is like the market leader as far as changing in the way football is going, and also we're under a month away until CFL. I think
June 5th preseason starts. It's June 7th. Excuse me.
I don't know about the betting markets for preseason.
I don't know either. This is one of our guys just told us that. So
okay. I mean, it sounds like it could be beatable if you really dug deep. But.
What are you talking about? Preseason CFL?
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
shit right there, right?
That sounds kind of
that's a little bit, yeah. No, I mean
WNBA D League summer games.
Yeah, I mean for sure the CFL, because there's a lot more roster turnover in the CFL than there is in the NFL. So that's another reason why if you do your deep research, you can get good value, because it's just a lot harder for the markets to eyeball where those lines should be, because there's just a lot of turnover year to year. There's a lot of teams that are terrible, and then the next year one of the elite teams, and then the league teams crash. Whereas in the NFL, you have a lot more, even it's like the Pats, they're good there's no Pats of the CFL, at all.
I agree with Bobby.
They don't play regular starters in the preseason, so that's just guys that are trying to make the squad, huh? That's even more interesting.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys trying to salvage their careers, and the CFL has to fill out their rosters, and also because, of course, in the CFL there's the requirements for a certain amount of Canadian players, so they're doing a lot of roster analysis and just making a lot of late last minute decisions based on the league requirements that they have a certain amount of Canadian players, so they got to balance everything out. So yeah, I mean, probably the best way to beat the CFL is just to literally have someone who's working for the team, like the water boy or something, just telling you exactly what's going on in emails. And, that's probably the best way, not even bother with trying to find out research on the internet or on CFL websites. Just get a friggin', hot dog seller or whoever, someone working for the team, an administrative person. Well, what?
I think they do poutine.
Yeah,
it's a Mexican baseball game. The woman was walking around with nachos and enchiladas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Did you bet on the Mexican League baseball?
You can do it at the casino.
Cool.
But yes, also there.
Nice. At the game?
They have a little, sort of. But picture, an old Mexican man with, a card game.
Yeah.
Did you feel comfortable you would have gotten?
Yes.
Okay.
I got there in the third inning, so it wasn't available.
No live in game.
No.
All right.
Who's your preseason college football #1? Asked Burns. I have not done any of my college football research for this upcoming season. I usually start doing that around like July-ish. Drew Martin, I know that you've been doing some.
Yeah, I mean, it pains me to say, but I until further notice,
Alabama.
It's tough not to say.
Michigan,
Alabama. Oh, you're going Michigan?
No, I'm just kidding.
That'll
be fine. Yeah, obviously not a preseason #1, but
yeah, I mean,
I got hopes for them to be in the playoffs this year.
And I like the Trojans. I think they got a bunch of guys coming back, and Darnold. If I had to make a Heisman pick, he'd be the guy. I like his dual threat ability. But
let's see if there was if there's been any incorrect late line movement on this Philly-Colorado game, and it appears that it has. It appears money's coming in on Philly. Is that accurate? Is money coming in on Philly?
That makes sense.
All right, that makes me feel good, right? Whatever fucking idiot that pounded Atlanta may be the same person who's pounding the hell out of Philadelphia here, right?
Oh, and it looks like LeMahieu's out with the Rockies line.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, so there you go.
And one thing I have noticed, some actual betting advice, when the Rockies starters are out, there's a big drop off.
Yeah,
those reserves on Colorado.
Yeah, they're not a team.
Watch out. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh.
So.
All right, how many guys is he the only one out, or is any? Trevor Story's in, Carlos Gonzalez is in, Arenado's in, Ian Desmond's in, Charlie Blackmon's in. All right.
Nothing tragic.
Yeah. Okay.
Colton wants to know if anybody here watches arena football.
No, I do actually, just for the hell of it. I do actually handicap it, but I do just like a 5-minute handicapping based purely on numbers from the So I do follow it a little bit, and they reduced it significantly this year. There's a lot fewer games, a lot fewer teams, so it's
last season
fading.
Gene Simmons bought a team called LA Kiss.
Yeah.
And I bet them on the money line every game. 0-18.
Yeah. So there's fewer games, fewer teams this year. So that looks like a lead that might be I don't know, in a decline, but we'll see.
I think Bon Jovi has a team too.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean,
he's got a restaurant in South Jersey that you don't have to pay for the food. It's all donation based.
Really?
Yeah. So you can feed. If you're poor and whatever, you can go in there, and then if you have money, the food's very good. You go there and pay like $100 for a hamburger. It's like a donation. It's pretty nice. Yeah,
that's.
But if you're ever down in Red Bank, New Jersey, you should check it out.
I mean, listen, when you have income disparity at a certain point, that's the end point. The rich people have so much money, they don't know what to do with it, so they just start free restaurants. They're just like, whatever, eat for free, pay whatever you want. I don't know. I got like $1,000 million. I don't know even what to do with it. There's like 10,000 people standing outside who can't even eat. So let me open a restaurant. You guys can all come in and eat for free. Yeah, that is where we're headed. I'm okay with it. I don't give a shit. I'll eat for free. I'll go to that restaurant every day. I have no shame. I'll go there every day.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. And then they'll be like, okay,
I
so.
went there once and I paid so much for what I ordered just because I felt like I should. But I guess that's the shtick, huh?
And I guess the cashier would be like, how much would you like to donate? And I'd go, I ain't donating shit.
I'm gonna go drop a deuce in your backpack. There's my donation.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Whoa, sorry.
So yeah.
No one saw you. All right, Pete.
Yeah.
San Diego, New York. Lamet versus DeGrom.
Yeah, that is a tough one because obviously this guy Lamet is a guy who's probably going to struggle, right?
I just feel like a guy who's named Lamet has an inside track on the Mets.
Yeah, I don't know. He's one of these guys who had some questionable numbers in the minor leagues, but of course he has good stuff. So his strikeout numbers are high.
Yeah. How do you handicap this guy? So he's 24 years old, from the Dominican. His MLB debut.
Yeah.
There's not too much I saw in his minor league stats that.
Right. I mean, if you wanted to take a shot, you might take a shot with the Mets on the first 5 innings, maybe on the first 5 innings run line. I mean, look, anything's possible. More likely than not, he's going to struggle. More likely than not, it's going to be in the first inning. So this is a spot where maybe I might want to take a shot with like one of those first inning props, or the Mets as the first team to score prop or something like that. Because a guy like Lamet, my assumption is that definitely he's going to struggle. Definitely, it's more likely likely than not that he's going to struggle, and definitely it's more likely than not that his struggles are going to come early. Anything's possible though, but he's probably going to come up and have some major control issues, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lefty that throws hard, so obviously,
Yeah.
you know, he has a high ceiling type guy.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we look at this game and it's like the score is like 0-0, but bases loaded with no one out in the bottom of the first. You know what I mean, for the Mets, and it's like they got like 3 straight walks or something like that. And then, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets, one way or another, put up a 5 spot in like the first inning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And actually, he's a righty, not a lefty.
Right.
There is a misprint on the odds screen.
So yeah, I mean, and that's one that I didn't give any picks or leans on it in the morning show. I might be on it by by first pitch though. I might bet it because yeah, I would expect a guy like that to struggle. First start on the road, control issues in the minors. It's just sort of the no-brainer way to analyze that one, in my opinion. Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
All right, man.
What? Got it? You guys are done?
No, I mean, we got anything else? Any Tinder or Pete?
No, I got that's about a lot. Wow, a lot of people talking about college football here. Saquon Barkley could be a Heisman finalist. Kyle, I like Penn State. Tomarino Tomor says he likes Penn State. Not sure about defense, but QB play is solid. Would have liked to see Penn State Clemson last year. Think they play with chip on their shoulder. There you go.
I don't even like them in the Big Ten.
No?
Okay. Who do you like in the Big Ten? Ohio State? Wisconsin?
It's got to be Ohio State, Michigan.
Okay.
Wisconsin's all right, but they're not ready yet. Maybe in a year or two.
What did you see the lines came out at Cantor? I think I have them right here.
Tomarino Tomor saying, I don't trust Florida State because I don't like the QB play, and Cook carried that team at times. As we know, Florida State is a team that can easily get overvalued very quickly when they're a little bit below.
Georgia's at 8, Auburn's at 8, Alabama's at 10.5, Florida's at 8, Florida State's 9.5, Georgia Tech's 6.5, Oklahoma's 9.5, USC's 9.5. UCLA's 6, Ohio State's 10, Penn State and Wisconsin are 9.5, Washington's 9.5, Clemson's 9, LSU's 9, Miami's 8.5. Those are some of the ones I just wrote down.
That's good. I like the Ohio State over.
Yeah.
9.5, you said?
No, Ohio State's 10.
I mean, it should be fine, but
yeah. No, I mean, there's some interesting ones.
I got to check into their schedule. I don't know who exactly they're playing this year.
Do they get Michigan at home?
This year, don't know.
Okay.
That's the one game that I never even tried to get tickets to, so I don't really remember.
I thought Washington at 9.5 is kind of interesting too.
Seems a little. I got to look at the schedule. I haven't looked at anything yet.
And Clemson, the defending champion, at 9.
There has to be a reason for that.
Yeah, I mean,
probably play like Ohio State, Bama. Somebody else really good, maybe. Don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so sounds good. A lot of interesting comments here. A lot of interesting comments that we missed that went before. A lot of people talking about how great Canada is for various reasons. I agree. Montreal, great city.
Montreal's my favorite city.
Yeah. Another guy talking about how Canada has a great weed, which
also true.
Yeah, I'm not into weed, but I do find the culture around weed funny. So I don't know. I just like there's one guy on YouTube that I don't know why I watch it, because I'm not like a weed. I mean, I'll smoke weed if someone wants me to, but I don't smoke weed. But there's this one guy. Yeah. There's this
in for tomorrow's show.
There's this. Yeah. I mean, look, I'll fucking do anything. I'll fucking throw fucking 10 tabs of acid if people think it would make a good show. But
that would make a good show.
But no, there's this guy. There's like people on YouTube who just do like weed strain reviews, right?
Yeah.
And like for some reason I'm not even into weed. I'm just like, to me it seems like it's got to be, and they do these weed strain reviews. Every single freaking strain they review is fucking awesome. They love every. I've never seen. There's tiny gradations between like massively awesome and just okay awesome strains, but that's as low as it goes. Like no strain they ever review is anything less than like basically awesome. And for some reason, I find that stuff compelling.
I prefer to watch them just like review Mexican brick weed.
Yeah,
that'd be funnier.
Yeah, so if it's like a bunch of what we would call regs, like not that good. What do they say about that stuff?
What, regs?
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't do that. I don't know, but
they
I don't know.
Put the good stuff on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, I find like weed culture, along with many other cultures on YouTube, funny. I was watching people who were going through who were documenting their sex changes. That was happening
You
like
watch
8
a lot
years
of
ago.
documentaries.
YouTube is I
You're the
just
best,
love
man.
I love documentaries, and I love like the microcultures on YouTube.
You watch Barcroft?
But what?
Barcroft has great documentaries, and so does Vice.
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Yeah.
Vice, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, Barcroft's good stuff.
Yeah, but I also just like watching and there's just like these little like communities of YouTube channels where I know the gaming is the biggest one. I'm not into that for whatever reason,
Yeah.
but like the weed ones and
Food is big.
Yeah, I don't really watch that. I watch like I don't know. I watch a lot of funny ones. It's like really and actually I was going to I was going to make my own YouTube channel a while ago, but I didn't know if it would conflict with me being a public person on SBR. But I was going to make a YouTube channel where I would just
Cool.
pretend that I was part of all those communities and make videos, commenting and responding to them as if I was part of them, but not really being part of them. Can I do that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't think you have that issue anyway, but no, go for it.
Yeah.
I would encourage you.
And then I would make my own like weed reviews, pretending to smoke weed.
As long as you don't give out any sports picks.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like over under, how many bags of chips am I going to eat after I smoke this joint?
Like one time I watched in the lesbian community, there was a big debate on stud on stud, because apparently a lot of like stud on stud is when like a masculine lesbian and another masculine lesbian date. Okay. And apparently some lesbians had a big problem with that. What? And other lesbians had a problem with the lesbians who had a problem with it.
I'm on that side.
Yeah. And so there was a lot of like videos going back and forth where they would like fight with each other.
What's the point of contention there?
The point of contention is that that some of the lesbians were mad at the lesbians who were mad at the stud on studs. Right.
Why in the beginning is the stud relationship frowned upon by certain people?
And that's the point. Yeah, they were just some who were just like that's nasty. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, exactly. And so that was a big topic of videos going back and forth that I was really into a few years ago. Right. That's what they said. They were like, we're already being discriminated by how are we going to discriminate against our own communities? And so I watched those videos, and I was thinking about making my own video commenting as a straight white cisgendered male, giving my opinions on that, and it would have been a bad scene. But
don't put me in a category, Peter.
Don't put me in a category. All right, so that's about it, and I guess we can wrap this up. Hopefully it was a mildly entertaining show, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully the Colorado game does not prove to be a trap, and hopefully I'll get at least one cash, or hopefully two with that one. That's about it. Wrapping it up.
Yep.
Okay, we'll be back doing this same stuff next Thursday at 12:30 Eastern Time. And sign up for the MLB contest at sbrforum.com. Drew and I and many other people will all be in it with our publicly available records for you to admire or mock. sbrforum.com.